Hey, how you doing? This is Craig Beck from StopDrinkingExpert.com, the website where we help people just like you to break the loop of alcohol addiction, of problem drinking. Today's video, we're talking all about those sober celebrities. I think there's a kind of there's an expectation, isn't there, of all these celebrities living rock and roll lifestyles, uh, getting drunk, throwing TVs out of hotel bedroom windows, that sort of stuff. And actually, quite a lot of the big superstars that you know and love are on their own sober journey. Uh, and I think that's important to be aware of, because I don't know about you, but it seems like when you watch TVs these days, everyone drinks, but everyone seems to drink neat whiskey. Have you seen this? Am I? Tell me in the comments below. Am I going crazy? It just seems like everyone drinks neat whiskey in the TV shows. And it's not like a pub measure. They pour what looks like, a quarter pint of whiskey out for each other, and they drink it, and then they go about their day. I mean, most people who haven't developed a tolerance to alcohol should be flat on their back. It's just weird. I wonder if the whiskey industry has some sort of say in this, whether it's paying bribes or something like that. But it just seems like it's the cool thing to do at the moment, in the same way that, back in the 70s and 80s, and before that, everyone smoked in movies. Everyone smoked. Now everyone drinks whiskey. So I thought that's weird. So I thought I'd just highlight some sober celebrities for you today. Let me know in the comments below if any of these caught you by surprise, if you didn't know they were on their own sober journey. And if I've missed someone obvious, also in the comments, please. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe, because then you'll get an update when I bring out a new video. We do new videos daily at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget, every Wednesday, 9 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, we all get together here for a group meeting. That makes it sound kind of all boring, but it's really just an opportunity to virtually be in the sober gang and to know that you're not doing this on your own. And I think that's quite powerful. So 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, be here for the live stream. It isn't Ask Me Anything. So if you've got any questions at all, you can ask away. Now, before we get into these sober celebrities, I wanted to share this with you because I thought this was hilarious this morning. Here in Cyprus, where I live, the newspaper, the Cyprus Mail, put out a warning. Warning about champagne that may contain a dangerous drug. I was thinking, what, alcohol? It's already got a dangerous drug in it. What are you talking about? Seriously, apparently there's a batch of champagne out here that's got some MDMA in it, or something. MDMA is in the liquid, and so they're putting out a warning, which is quite right, and they're giving the barcode and the reference number and all that sort of stuff. But I just thought it was quite strange that they would flag it as shock. There's a dangerous drug in champagne. Yeah. Some of us here in the sober circle have known that for a long time. But I just thought that was funny. So, sober celebrities. Some of these you'll know about, some of them you won't. But let's just have a go through here and see who's on the list. Britney Spears. I know she's had problems with drugs and alcohol in the past. Didn't actually know she'd gone completely sober, but she's on the list. Robert Downey Jr., a man with a bit of a checkered past, and has obviously decided to take the sober path. Oprah Winfrey. Didn't know Oprah was sober. Matthew Perry. You may have heard of him being into prescription meds. He was addicted to painkillers a lot of the time during Friends and afterwards, and he's had a kind of ongoing drug battle. Alcohol has played a part in that, and he's decided to get it out of his life. Drew Barrymore is she was a child superstar, wasn't she? She was in E.T., had a amazing career, and I think got swept along with the Hollywood scene and descended into the usual trap of alcohol. Is now living sober. Russell Brand is very famously sober these days. He writes a lot about this. I find him quite hard to listen to. He makes a good point, but he's kind of a bit annoying. I tried to listen to a few of his audiobooks, and I really have to resist the urge to reach inside and slap him about the face a bit. I don't know what it is about him. It's just like fingernails down a chalkboard with me. But Russell Brand has a theory, and it's kind of a depressing theory. He says basically, look, if you're an addict, you're an addict. And that's not going to stop just because you stop drinking alcohol. You're still going to have to be careful because you're an addict. And that means that you're always going to have to be on the watch for substituting your addiction. So you could give up alcohol, but then start overeating, or you could start gambling, or you could, exercising to excess. He says it's a mindset that's going to stay with you for the rest of your life. And you have to, first of all, kind of stand up and own that and say, I'm an addict. That's what I am, and I'm never going to be able to live like other people because I have this thing about me. And he also says that so many other people who don't even know they've got an addiction problem do. It's just it doesn't present in such a violent way that it does with us problem drinkers. You've got people who are, exercise addicts. And that might sound like, it's a big whoop, Craig. I mean, how much damage is that doing to their family or to the friends or to their career? And the answer is probably not very much, but it's not a healthy relationship. It's not something that's benefiting their life because it's completely dominating their life. These exercise addicts, all they can think about is exercising. And if they can't exercise, they have the same routine and the same response to that us problem drinkers get when we can't get access to alcohol, or someone tells us, hey, we're going here tonight, but we're not allowed to drink. We have a tantrum, we sulk, we get angry, we have all these negative emotions. So what Russell Brand says is the world is full of addicts who don't know they are. And it's kind of depressing, but it's one of those, pulling the sticking plaster off things. You have to sometimes just accept the ugly truth of it all. Jamie Lee Curtis. Didn't know that Jamie Lee Curtis had a problem with alcohol. Apparently, according to this, began mixing pills with alcohol, dependent on them both. Her drug abuse started affecting her daughter and her family, now being clean for years. Keith Urban is another one on the list. Demi Lovato has quite famously struggled with drug addiction and alcohol. Dax Shepard, no idea who that is. No idea, but apparently they're sober, so great. Zac Efron, another one who made it big young and got swept along on that Hollywood roller coaster, but a regular member of AA, has quite a disciplined life by all accounts. Lana Del Rey, there's a kind of rock chick that you might not assume to be on the sober wagon, but she is. And of course, Elton John, famously sober for, 30, 35 years, something like that. And if you've seen the movie, Rocket Man? What did you think of Rocket Man, by the way? This is going to sound really awful. I thought it was okay and it was only okay because he made it. He was involved in the production of it. And it felt a bit sanitized. It felt a bit sickly, like, oh, aren't I great? And isn't everything wonderful? I kind of feel like this sounds awful, but I kind of feel like those life movies need to be made after the person has died by someone with an objective view. I want to see the real story. It's like the, Bohemian Rhapsody. It wasn't putting Freddie Mercury on a pedestal and saying he was perfect and what a hero he is. It was kind of, this is really what happened, or as close to it as the writing would get. Rocket Man, I just thought it was a bit tinkered with, if you know what I mean. But it concludes with him saying he's been 30, 35 years sober or whatever it is, but he's still addicted to shopping, which kind of goes to emphasize Russell Brand's point, doesn't it? Angelina Jolie is on the sober wagon. Gerard Butler is on there as well. And who have I missed? Tell me who you are most inspired by in Tinseltown, in music, that you know has had a problem and is now well and truly on the sober path, in the comments below. So that's it for today, just a little light-hearted one. And don't forget, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you tomorrow in the next video. Thanks a lot. See you soon.
And it's the only drug on planet Earth that when you get a problem with it, they blame you and not the drug. That doesn't happen with any other substance. If you think about it, cigarettes. You tell someone you're addicted to cigarettes, they don't go, oh, you dirty smokeaholic. You're a broken, weak-willed smokeaholic. You're going to be a smokeaholic for the rest of your life. They don't do that. They don't give you that label and say, well, that's it. You're broken forever now.
I really consider this because it's different. It's different to anything you can find out there, and it gives you real mental freedom from the clutches of alcohol.
I had an email about 6 months ago from a lady. She said, I was thinking about joining your course, but then I've just seen that red wine is good for your heart. How do you defend against that, Mr. Stop Drinking Expert?
If it's in the reader's digest.
Yeah, it must be true. And I said, well, the defense against it is not true. And that's the biggest defense you can always have.